Hi, you guys. I came on early. Because I know we have a lot of new people who have never done Facebook Live before. So you're in the right place. See how I just pop up? I just pop up when I go live. So yeah, you're in the right place, but I want to wait a few minutes to gather everybody together. So welcome. I'm so excited. I'm Denyse. We're going to wait a few minutes before we get started. I hope you guys have like some extra paper to practice on, maybe some pencils, crayons, markers, color pencils, chalk, eyeliner, whatever you have to draw with. We'll just kind of hang out. This is fun. I hope you guys are excited. But I keep getting all these messages that, people don't know where to go. So I just want to make sure you guys can all find me. Everyone's like, where's it at? So again, Facebook Live, you have like the little icon, you can get reminders, you'll get notifications from Eventbrite. But as long as you're on my Facebook page, when I go live, I'll pop up. And then if you clicked get reminder, you would, if you were on Facebook, I would just kind of come up in your stream, which is pretty cool. So probably right now, all these people who have no idea why I'm going live on a Friday night, like, oh, this is not my normal live time. I do have a normal live time. So I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. I'll tell you more about myself in a couple minutes. Just want to make sure everybody gets in okay. That's funny. Someone just texted me that they're excited to make a horrible mess. So you can be neat, you can be messy. Can you tell I'm a messy person? I am pretty messy here. But I cleaned for you. It's a good thing you can only see this much because I have stuff all over the floor. Back here, I kind of hide it. So I have to set up. And then actually you could still, when I move around, you can start to see. I'm going to try to hide it. Try to hide it with my body. But behind me is a mess. So this is where I make my mess. Behind me are all my different paintings that I've been doing. It was a beautiful day here in Cleveland, Ohio today. Sunshine, 70s, maybe 80. Beautiful. We've been having some beautiful weather. It's 7:30 on a Friday night in Cleveland, Ohio. I don't know what time zone you are in. So I am Denyse with Artist at Heart Paint Party. That's my business. I was an art teacher in Cleveland for 20 years. And I started my own business 4 years ago, teaching people how to paint and draw and create outside of the classroom. And I do every level. So I am a certified art teacher, kindergarten through 12th grade. About 10 years, I taught preschool through 5th grade. And then the other 10 years, I taught everything. So, and the last 4 years, I've been doing mostly adults. And I want to thank Crown Apartments and everyone that lives at Crown Apartments. Welcome. I'm super excited. This is actually a first. So I have been going live now for 15 weeks. March 16th was my first live art lesson. But Crown Apartments booked a private party for their residents, and then they said, oh, make it public, invite everybody, let's have a party. I'm like, that is awesome. I love that. So right now, you guys, we're live on Facebook and on YouTube, and it is recorded. So if for some reason you can't watch the whole thing, or if you want to just watch and then paint later, you can do that. It'll be recorded and it'll be stored on my Facebook page. It'll also be on YouTube, Artist at Heart Paint Party. So take your time. Don't rush, just have fun. It's more about the process than the product, okay? I know you want to make a beautiful sunflower painting, but just let go of the outcome and have a good time. And I always start with a sloppy copy. So a sloppy copy, I usually use like computer paper, and I draw with a Sharpie on the screen so you could see it. If I used a pencil, you really wouldn't see it that well. So again, but if you have a pencil and some computer paper just to do a sloppy copy and do a little practice first, we can do that. So I'm just, again, going to use a Sharpie, and I'm Denyse, by the way. I'll talk in a little bit. Let's just do a little warm up. So I'm going to start with a circle. And again, your sunflower does not have to look like my sunflower. So there's the center of my sunflower. And then I'm going to do some petals. Your petals do not have to look like my petals. Do you know the largest sunflower? They grow huge, right? The largest sunflower recorded was 27 feet tall. And it's in the Guinness Book of World Record. It came from Germany. It's pretty cool. Can you imagine that? 27 feet tall. That's crazy. And then again, you could draw some lines in here. Just think this is practice. Put some circles in here. My sunflower's falling out of my ear. I got dressed up for you guys. Look, I got a beret and a big sunflower in my ear just for you. Oh, I just don't want to fall. So that's my sloppy copy. Again, it's practice. We're having fun. No one's going to judge you. Let it go. Let it go. Scribble. You can even overlap more petals. If you want more petals, you could just put them in between. You can make the petals go all the way off and in between, right? You can make this, you could fill up the whole background with petals. It's totally up to you. And you guys can use any colors that you want to. So there's my sloppy copy. Okay. Done with that. So I want to tell you a little bit about how this got started virtually. So I was a Cleveland art teacher for 20 years, right? And then I started my own business. And I had about 1,900 followers on Facebook. Most of them were moms and grandmothers who would come to local events around Cleveland and the suburbs, and I would teach them how to paint and do different wood crafts or glass or canvas. And then when, March, what was it, like 12th, the weekend, yeah, it was around the 12th, 13th when they announced all the kids were not going to school anymore and everyone was freaking out. What am I going to do with my kids all day long? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So I just sent out on Facebook, I just said, you guys want me to teach your kids for, some lessons? And it snowballed. So I went from 1,900 local followers to 27,000 followers from around the world. So the very first day I went live with an art lesson was on March 16th, and we had people on from all over the world. So amazing. I feel completely blessed. And now I do art camp with the kids. A lot of them have been doing it with me for 15 weeks. So that's just my story. And now people, I do virtual paint parties. So mostly everything I do currently is virtual. And so anyways, next week, if you want to do camp, I have kids from the ages of 4 to 15, but I have lots of parents and grandparents that join in on the fun. So next week is new camp. And I'm going to do another sunflower. So again, I'm going to draw my sunflower. Oops, I have all these flowers. Can you guys, I'll move them. As soon as I move them, they're all going to fall. But I'm going to set up my canvas horizontal, but you don't have to. So the cool thing about this painting is it can go in any direction. So mine is going to be in landscape or horizontal. And again, I'm going to start with that circle. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It could even be kind of wavy. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I would use pencil. I'm only using Sharpie so you can see it on the screen. And then I'm going to do the petals up, over, down, and back. And I want them to overlap each other. Just because I'm doing one big bold sunflower does not mean you have to. You could do 100. You could do one sunflower for every person in your family. You can customize it however you choose. Vincent van Gogh is one of my favorite artists, and he did lots of different versions of sunflowers. He loved sunflowers, and Van Gogh's favorite color was yellow. I'm going to move over. I'm going to move this over. Got my flower. My flowers are gonna fall. No, 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 no. All right. Well, you got the pretty flowers for a few minutes. But this is this is what a sunflower looks like, right? So you get the idea. Look at the colors: the browns, the golden, yellow, orange. All right. I'm gonna move this back over a little bit. Now, you guys, just FYI, and I don't have it on here, but you guys can comment. I want to make sure Oh, I'm sorry you didn't get your. I know. I don't wish I clicked. I didn't have the comments on before. And usually when I stand back here, I can't see. But my sister Darcy is behind the scenes and she is helping me out. So she will be chatting with you guys. It'll show up as Artist at Heart Paint Party, but that's I think, or it'll be Darcy, either one. But I'm sorry you didn't get your kit. So here's what I tell everybody. So you guys know when COVID hit, a lot of people didn't have art supplies at home, especially the kids. You know, most of their stuff was still at school. But I always teach the lesson with any supplies that you have. So one, again, if you didn't get your kit yet, you could just watch and enjoy it. You could sketch it out with a pencil, a pen, a highlighter, a crayon. I always say use whatever supplies that you have. So again, use anything that you have. If you want to use paint, use paint. If you didn't get your kit, use some computer paper and a pencil. Most people have pens or highlighters. Again, you could just practice it until your kit shows up. I'm sure that because they were really, really concerned about getting everyone their kit and the right supplies and stuff like that. So I think that's actually really nice that they're doing that. And I'm sorry you didn't get your kit. Okay, so now you have your basic. I'm going to tilt this a little bit. I got a glare on my. I just want to make sure you can see it okay. Yeah, better, right? So much for the sunflowers. You got the idea. Again, we decorated and now the decorations are over. Okay, well, I like to paint from light to dark, and I'm using acrylic paint. I love acrylic paint. So it's a water-based product, and it's washable while it's wet. So if you get paint on your clothes while it's wet, you can wash it out. Even tonight, if you get on your carpet, it'll wash out. So it is water-based. It's non-toxic. So if you accidentally drink it, I've done it, you're okay. You're going to live. But once it sets on your clothes, like if it dries and you don't wash it out tonight, this is your new paint shirt. So I'm a pretty messy person. It comes off your skin. It comes out off your fingernails, your jewelry, but it sticks to your canvas. So once this is dry, it's waterproof. I can go out in the pouring rain and it won't come off of my canvas. So I want to paint from light to dark. Bring canvas closer. Can you see it? You see it okay? Is that better? Is that okay? So my canvas is 16 by 20. Lots of people don't go that big. One, it's easier for you guys to see on the screen. And two, believe it or not, it's easier to paint the larger it is. So with the fine motor skills, it's just easier to paint big. And again, I hope you guys have your paints, but if not, again, use whatever you have or just watch and then, maybe you'll get it tomorrow. But I'm going to use a round paintbrush. So you really don't need more than, did you Sharpie it? Yes, I Sharpied mine, you guys. I Sharpied it just so you could see it on the screen, but you can use a pencil. And I have to be honest with you, if I was doing this at a paint party, we would never draw anything out. So I'm just doing this for you guys to simplify it on the screen. But when I do stuff in public, I don't even bring pencils with me. We just start to paint. I know it freaks people out all the time. So I just drew it out tonight to help a little bit. But again, since I've been going virtual, I always draw stuff out. But normally, if I was in public, we would just go right on the canvas with the paint. So this is a brown paintbrush. Can you see that? It's like got a point. It's a little crooked. Here, I'll get a better one. Here, that's a brown paintbrush. Kind of like the paintbrush that comes in the tray with the watercolor paint. You could be using watercolor paint. You use watercolor paint, you can use tempera paint, you can use acrylic paint. I was even saying today, you could use house paint. I would not use oil-based paint because it stinks and you need turpentine. So I would definitely stick with anything water-based. But if you run out of paint, this is what I was using today because I had this pretty color. So this is just a can of house paint and it's a really pretty purple, but it's water-based. So it's acrylic also, and you can even mix it with acrylic paint. Now my sunflowers, so I want you guys to think you can take your yellow and then you can mix a little bit of red in it and you'll get a pretty orange. If you want it to be softer, you can mix some white in it and it'll be more pastel. So I am going to start painting in because I want to paint from light to dark. So I'm going to take that pointy paintbrush. Again, it's called a round paintbrush. And I'm going to paint inside my petals. Now I'm going to follow the direction. Can you see that okay? I'm going to follow the direction of my petal or your line if you drew it out. So again, I'm going to paint, instead of painting sideways or diagonal, I want to follow the direction of my petal. I'm going to use a little bit of a deeper yellow so you can see it a little better. Can you see it a little better? So follow the direction of your petal. And again, you can use regular yellow. You can try a tint of it, which is yellow plus a little bit of white. You can add a little bit of red to it to make it orange. And I like to see the brush strokes. I like to see the lines because I think it makes it interesting. And I just want to finish this one petal and I'm going to hold it up to the camera. So you can see my brush stroke because I think that's what makes it interesting. Okay, you see all those lines in there? So you can mix it right. I don't know if you noticed, I'm mixing it right on my canvas, but a lot of people don't like to do that. So if you rather mix it on your plate, you can mix it on your plate and then put it on. But I like to not know what I'm going to get. I like to experiment. But again, it looks more interesting if your brush follows the petal in that direction. You want it more orange, add more red. If you have orange, great. A lot of people don't have orange. Some people don't have brown. So just, again, don't be afraid. Just let go of being afraid. Goodbye fear. And just, think of it more of the process, practicing mindfulness, filling in your petals and relaxing and enjoying it. What's the worst that can happen? It could be a white elephant gift, right? You can hang it in the Crown Apartments office. So really, again, you just want to try some different yellows, oranges. You can make it as light or as dark as you want. Kind of looks like fire, kind of like flames. And if you don't have brown, don't worry, I'll teach you how to make brown. I love mixing colors and experimenting. I love mixing it right on the canvas. So if you do something you don't like, There's a few ways you can fix it. One, if you are patient and wait for it to dry, you can paint over acrylic. So even if I painted something black and I didn't like it, I could paint over it, but guess what? You have to be patient and wait for it to dry. So you see this dark brown outline right here? If I didn't like it, I could paint over it and it would cover it, but I have to wait for it to dry. So again, my brush is going in the direction of my petal. I'm going to show you. I'm going to put some white on my brush, so I just look at my brush. I just scooped up some white. Okay. I just scooped up some white and I'm just going to mix it right in there, right on my canvas. And I'm following the petal. So I'm getting these like nice texture lines, right? Van Gogh used a lot of lines in his paintings. People didn't like it. They didn't like to see all those lines. I think that adds interest. Almost like it's alive. So again, if you want to do some of them red, you can do some of them red. But think of the contrast of the background. I want my background to be more red, more deeper orange. So you don't want your background to match it, right? If you want, you could do your background like a lot of white, maybe with some pale yellow, but I like the contrast. So again, you could do red. You could make it pink, red and white, but just make sure that you know when you're doing your petal that you want to add. So I know my background is going to be more red, so I don't want my petals to get too red. That's why I'm doing yellow and red together. And again, if you want them softer, put some white in there. Maybe I'll put more lines in here. So I use this program called StreamYard, and it's pretty cool. It lets me go live on both platforms. It lets me go live in Facebook as well as YouTube, and it's recorded. So starting on March 16th, that's when I started using it. And Darcy, my sister, who's behind the scenes helping me, and her kids, Darcy's also a teacher, and they started helping me every day. We called it Lunch and Learn, and we started from March 16th. And I kept telling the kids and the grandparent, everyone that was doing it with us, I kept saying, okay, I'm gonna stop doing this when you guys go back to school. Well, guess what? We did it through May. So we ended up with 75 episodes. And then starting in June, I started doing camp, which is $50. So next week is our last camp. So it's going to be our last week that we go live 5 days a week. And if you guys want to join, it's $50. It's Monday through Friday. And it's on my Facebook page, but it is fun. The kids love it. Some of the parents do it with the kids. Some of the kids just do it by themselves. There's the link. I don't know if you guys, it's a banner. I don't know. I think Darcy was going to try to put it in the comments. But it is fun. And the kids, they dress a lot of times, they dress up like whatever it is that we're painting. We did a unicorn this week, panda bear. So it's really fun. It's interactive if you want. So just like this, and I'm going to show you guys later. So this is interactive. If you want to, okay, yeah, that's okay. You could put the banner on or not. You could put it in the comments too. That way you could just click on it. But it's on the Facebook page. You can't click on the banner. But if you want to come on, this is what the kids love. this program allows people to come on the screen if they want. So if you want to come on the screen later on, we usually wait till towards the end to see how everybody's doing. And it'll say StreamYard link, and then you click on it, it brings you into a waiting room, a green room behind the scenes. And then if you want, you can come on the screen, you can say where you're at, and you can show your artwork. So again, that's my favorite part, and that's the kids' favorite part. So that's what I love using StreamYard for. And you'll see later, it doesn't mean you have to come on the screen, but you can watch everybody else. You can see how creative they are. You can see all the different things people are doing. So acrylic paint is very opaque. That means it's not see-through. If you want it to be more light and transparent, you can water it down. So you could take a little plate and add some water to it and kind of swish it around. And then when you paint, it'll be very light and transparent. But acrylic generally is very opaque. Now, if you're using an acrylic and it's see-through, you can add a couple layers of it. So acrylic paint also comes in different bodies. So there's light, medium, and heavy bodied paint. So mine is pretty heavy. You see that? It's pretty thick. I know I have a big gunka pink on there. I'm not going to use it. It's from earlier. So mine is pretty thick, but again, if yours is thin, you can let it dry and add another layer to it later. And I'm painting right over my Sharpie, okay? So I can still see my line, but I don't want that harsh black Sharpie line. That's why I told you guys to use pencil. Again, some people don't even draw it out. And a lot of times people want to start with black or brown, but it gets in all the other colors. So and people don't listen to me sometimes, imagine that. So I stopped putting black on their plate until the end, because again, it gets in all the other colors and then you mess up all these beautiful colors. So same thing with brown. As bold as it is and as dark as it is, I would not start with a dark color. And interestingly enough, so going live 75 times, we did not do this painting. We did Van Gogh sunflowers, but we did not do this one. So I think some of the people who were painting with me during that are here tonight. So again, keep mixing, keep trying different oranges, plain yellow, some yellow with some white in it. Don't be afraid of it. Do not get upset if you do something that you don't like. We do that all the time. And no one knows your mistakes but you. Don't tell anybody. Shh. It's a secret. No one knows. That's the cool thing about art. No one knows you didn't mean to do something. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No one knows. Only the people you tell. And again, if you drop your paint, I do this all the time, drop my paintbrush, I get a big splotch of paint in the wrong place. You could wipe it off with a paper towel, but it's probably going to smear. You can wait for it to dry and then paint over it, but you got to practice patience. So where's that big yellow line? I didn't like that. I can't tell where it is on here. It's over here. I want to soften that up a little bit. So I just kind of smudged it in there. I thought that was so nice that the apartments were delivering art supplies. I had not heard of that yet, like anybody doing that. And again, you could do any kind, it doesn't even have to be a sunflower. You can make it a rose. I like to say that your brush stroke is like your handwriting. Not that it looks like your handwriting. it just looks different than everybody's. So that is what's awesome about art, is that it should look different. It should look like yours. So when you learn the ABCs in school and your teacher wrote the ABCs on the board and you copied them, your ABCs did not look like the teacher's ABCs. And your classmates' ABCs did not look like your ABCs. So handwriting is very unique. And so is your brush stroke. Even if you have never painted before or colored before, you have the way you hold whatever it is, the crayon, the colored pencil, the oil pastel, your paintbrush, the pressure that you're using, and just the way you glide it. That creates your own style. Not right or wrong, just different. And that's what makes art so awesome. Right? So I'm going to hold mine up a little closer to the camera so you can see all the brush strokes. And I have another one behind it. See that? I'm going to show you the other one too. So look at that. And again, I still see my Sharpie line showing through, but remember, I'm going to outline it with brown. So that's okay. See all those lines? See the texture? Okay, you get the idea. And here's another one. So see how different this one is than that one? They have personalities, right? You guys can only imagine how many paintings I have in this house. I have hundreds and hundreds of paintings. And a lot of the kids have created art galleries in their home. The kids that have been doing it with me every single day for 15 weeks. It's a lot of paintings. So they have been hanging. You can look at the pictures on the website, or I have a website too. I think I made a banner for that, Darcy. Artistheart.org is my website. You can see all the pictures, but the kids also have an amazing art gallery in their home of everything that they've done. So it's really cool to look at the different things that they've created. And what I was going to tell you guys is, so someone texted me the other day that they were stacking all of their acrylic paintings together and they got stuck together. So mine are in the basement, so it's very cool in my basement so they don't stick together. But if you're using a canvas that's thick like this, it's about an inch thick, or you're using a panel, you don't want them to be together stacked in a warm place like your garage if it's summer, because it's almost like the acrylic paint kind of melts. It doesn't actually melt, but it gets soft and then it sticks together and it will pull off. So I don't recommend storing it in a warm place. I recommend hanging it on the wall or giving it to someone as a present, right? So we would tell everybody every single day, pay it forward, give your artwork to somebody, you know, and don't be so hard on yourself if you don't like it. Do it again and do it again and do it again. Now your background, again, you guys can use any color you want for your background. You can use red, you can use red, orange. And again, I know you want to outline it, but I want you to wait because the outlining in the brown is really going to make it pop. So I'm just going to make sure that I have contrast. I'm using a deeper orange here. See that? So I'm using the deeper orange so that my petals kind of pop out. But wait till I outline it. It'll look really good. So I'm going to show you the flat. So one color, this would be like, you know, just one flat color. I think it's boring. You could do it. I'm not going to say you're boring. I'm just saying if I paint this background one color, to me, it looks like it needs something. And you want to use a different color, use a different color. Orange is such a fun color. So you see how flat that is? Let's see. I'm going to grab some red. Red. Again, my nice messy plate. And then maybe I put some red in there so I can make it a little deeper. And again, so my brush strokes following the petal, working my way off the edge of the canvas. See how, doesn't it make it more interesting than just that flat orange? Maybe you like the flat orange. It's okay, to each his own. I like the kind of two-tone look, the swirly look. So again, you could follow those petals. You can make them swirl in here, right? You could do cool designs in your background. as long as it doesn't blend into your petal, right? You want to have contrast. So you can do your background however you want, go all the way off, do a swirl, make it circular. Just giving you ideas. Now, you could also paint the edge of your canvas if you want to. So like this is, to me, is too close. It's too close to the petal color. So I'm going to put a little bit more red in there. And I've just used that round brush the whole time. I've used that same brush the whole time. If you want to try different brushes, go ahead. For this painting, I love the round brush. I really think also the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. Like anything else, like cooking or shooting basketball hoops or yoga or whatever it is. Not that, not that I'm ever going to be LeBron James. But again, the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. I'm sure LeBron James is still practicing shooting hoops. I'm sure he's just not watching Netflix all day long. Because you do, you use it or you lose it, right? And so art is the same thing. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. I'm not saying it's going to go in an art gallery, or you're going to be the next Vincent Van Gogh. I'm just saying you'll get better at it. It takes practice. As long as you just let go and have fun. And don't judge yourself. So if you like doing this, next week is going to be my last week of camp. I'm a little sad because, again, I've been going live every day, Monday through Friday, since May 16th. But I'm really excited too for this new adventure. So I actually created a subscription. It's not live yet. My goal is July 1st, but it's going to be a subscription with a lot of videos, probably close to 100 videos. I haven't counted yet. And you'd have access. You could have a day pass, a month pass, or a year pass. And you just go on there whenever. But once a week, I'm going to go live, just like I'm doing now. We go live, we paint together. And if you can't make the live session, it's recorded. So that's once a week. And those are for the people that do the month or the year. And I do have an email wait list. So you will get, if you put your name on the email wait list, you'll get an email for the pre-launch with a 10% off. But it's only going to last a few days. So, and the prices are really very reasonable. But I have a lot of people who are teachers who are doing it, who are showing their students. So that's my new thing. I have never done anything like that before in my life. And again, it's going to launch July 1st. So most of my jobs in public have been canceled. And the ones that I still do have are social distancing. So I can only have a few people. I'm in the same boat as so many other people. So this is the way I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do my subscription and see what happens. But I am excited about it. And I'll give you guys supply lists, and I'll give you tips of my favorite products, PDF files, printable things, A lot of people like when I give you printable things. And when you guys do this, if it makes it easier for you, you can always flip your canvas. Okay, you can flip it. It doesn't have to stay in that same position. So if it's easier for you to paint, vertical, flip it up. Now, the cool thing about these paintings, like this one, is you can hang it in any direction. You can make it horizontal or vertical. The only thing, so this one I signed, Artist It Hurt. If you want to be able to hang it in any direction, don't sign it. You could sign the back of it, or you could put your initials real small. But then this way you could just hang it up in different places. I love to move my artwork around. I love to hang it up in different spaces. So I do a lot of like Zoom and Google Meetup parties as well. And the feedback that those are great if you have a small group, but when you have a huge group, it's, it could be a little bit more challenging. And the kids that have been doing this with me love this platform. Again, because no one has to come on, but if you want to, you can come on later. And they love that. And again, you guys could be putting swirls in your background, designs. You could do, rainbow. But I really think the key is to see the brush stroke and the streaks of the different color as you follow those lines. And, just let go of what you think it's going to look like. And again, wait till we outline it. I know you're like, oh, I don't like mine. I don't like mine. So again, look, you can add value, you can make it lighter, but once we start outlining it, add the dark color, it's going to create that contrast. So in the meanwhile, just keep doing your background if you want to. If the color starts to get muddy, that means you've, maybe mixed it up a little too much. So, but what makes it interesting are all those lines. Kind of looks alive, doesn't it? Like it's going to crawl right off of there. And do your highlights, before we start getting into the dark colors. Again, if there's parts that you want it to be lighter, I'm going to add a little bit of white and yellow. So here's with my dirty brush. Look at my dirty brush. I have it. I'm just going to mix the yellow with some white. And maybe I just, put some lighter lines in there. Just right in the middle. Some lighter highlights in there. Do it before we start adding the dark color. So again, I just took my dirty brush and I scooped up some white and I mixed it right on my plate like that. Wherever you want, just put some highlights in there. I love when you guys are like, I'm done, I'm done. I feel like I'm back in school whenever I was like, I'm done. What do I do next? Breathe, take a breath, chillax. Okay. Now, If you have brown, fantastic. You can do the center brown. If you want to make it a lighter brown, add some white to it. If you don't have brown and you have those colors, take a touch of black and mix it in your yellow and your orange. And you just keep mixing. I used to let the kids do this at the end of an art lesson. If you mix all your colors together, you're going to get brown. It's going to look like Lake Erie brown. Okay. So I'm mixing all my, just like some yellow. And again, you're going to see different shades of brown depending on how much you put in there. So that was yellow, orange, and black. Now look, what I scooped up some red. I didn't wash off my brush. I just scooped up some red and mixed it in there. See that color brown? It's almost like a purpley brown. Put a little touch of black in there again. Okay. So just, you got to experiment. Don't be afraid of it. Just make some cool browns. And then you're going to paint in your sunflower. Same brush. And if you have brown, great. I still say experiment and try to make one. Now look again. See how flat that is? That's like if you paint the wall. Boring. I mean, don't get me wrong. My wall is flat too. But, you know, on your artwork, give it a little, you know, value. So that's just like the flat brown. If you want to do it flat brown, that's fine. No judgment, right? But again, maybe I want to take a little scoop of white and make a lighter brown. See that? Look at that. Looks like chocolate pudding, but it's not. Don't eat it. It doesn't taste very good. All right. And then you can put some lighter brown in there. Follow your line, maybe in a circular motion. Give it a little texture. Okay, you guys, I'm walking all over my sloppy copy. You could put some yellow in there. If you want to add some yellow, you could like tap, 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 tap. Give it a little texture in there. Tap, 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 tap. You see that? I'm going to flip it back around. So if I wanted a darker brown, put a little bit more black in there. Maybe a little more orange. Experiment. Give it a try. Maybe some red, maybe some yellow. Get yourself a nice chocolatey brown. And again, you could tap it, tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 give it a little texture. See the difference when it's flat versus several different colors? It just gives it a little depth. It makes it look a little dimensional. You get the idea, right? So get it to where you really like it before you even think about outlining it. So if there's anything else you want to do to it, because it's hard to go back into the color once you outline it because the black ends up, you can bump it and it'll end up in places you don't want it. Not that anyone has to know you made a mistake, right? No one has to know. But once you start outlining it and then go back into highlighting it, you could end up with black smudges. I'm going to fix this little gunk over there, right? Make it look a little more circular. It's hard to draw a circle from the side. And again, you guys could always take a break. You don't have to keep up with me. You can just watch and then do it later. You can let yours dry. I'm going to do, and again, use your round brush. So here's what I want you to realize. The heavier you press, the wider your bristle's going to spread on your paintbrush. The gentler you press, the smaller it's going to be. So make sure your tip is nice and small. You can wash off your brush, dry it on a paper towel, kind of get your tip pointing again like it's round. Okay. And be gentle, almost like you're tickling the canvas. Go as light as you can, all right? And then I'm just going to go as light as I can. And you can see, I'll hold it up. It's going to really make my petals stand out. And if you notice, not all of them are completely outlined. Sometimes the line, you just break the line, you don't do the whole thing. See that? Go slow, as light as you can. Now, some people, they also wait for it to dry and then outline it once it's dry with a marker. You can do that as well. Just depends on, you know, if you have the patience to outline this, if you can go slow, if you have a soft, again, go as light as you can, like tickle the canvas as light as you can. Because if you're going really hard, you're going to get a really wide black line. I'm going to hold it up close to the camera so you can see it. See that? I just want to make sure that you guys are getting the idea of the lines and the brush strokes and the different reds and so you guys, this is recorded and it's going to be on my Facebook page. So you can go to my Facebook page, Artist at Heart Paint Party. You guys should be there now. And just look under, click the tab that says videos, and it'll be there once this is over. Okay. You can also check in at Artist at Heart Paint Party. So if you guys want to check in, post your pictures, you could post them once this video is over here in the comments, or you can post it and check in on the page, and then everyone can see your artwork. But that, oops, I just got a big blob of black up there. That's okay. That's why my apron looks like it does. So you guys can check in. You could tag Artist at Heart Paint Party. You guys can like and follow Artist at Heart Paint Party so you can see all of the events. And this painting, so it's going to be on my Facebook page and on YouTube until the end of June, which is coming up. Oh my gosh, can you guys believe June's almost over? Unbelievable. I don't know where June went. And you don't even have to outline it if you don't want to outline it. If you guys don't have canvas, you can always use cardboard. If you use like regular paper with like computer paper with paint, it'll buckle, it'll get kind of wavy. So I just tell people to wait for it to dry and then press it in a book, like a thick, heavy book. Just wait for it to dry. Don't do it while it's wet, and then stick it in between the pages of the book. And then, you know, a week later, check it. It should be nice and flat. Lots of people were using just scrap paper. We're using sidewalk chalk and doing it outside. So the very first day I did it, March 16th, it was called Lunch and Learn, and it was at noon. And people started saying, "What time zone?" I'm like, "What do you mean, what time zone? I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, Eastern time zone." And then when we went live, we had people in Asia, Jamaica, South Africa, Europe. It was amazing. I cried. So really my plan was just to do it for that first week. And then a lot of kids, you know, went back to school online. So they couldn't do it with me anymore. And then a lot of the other kids, I have a lot of military kids and homeschool kids and kids who are in different time zones. So they were able to join us at that time zone. So it was really nice. And then if you want to do like in the cracks here, so you could, you know, kind of come down like that. So I'm making it a little bit thicker. So in here, so I'm going to go around like this and kind of, you could add the little black lines up into the petal. So I'm just kind of curving it here. You could go up like that. You don't even have to do that if you don't want to. You could just put a few in. You don't have to put any in. And you could do, you know, like some black circles in here. You could do tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. In a circle. Give it some texture. Tap, 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 tap. I'm going to hold it up too, but I want to do another little circle. Do a smaller circle in here. I'll hold it up so you can see it. See that? Again, see that texture? And, you know, you could take a break. You can go back into it. If the background is too bold, you can soften it up with some white. You can put some swirly lines in it. If you want to add other colors, add some other colors. Again, you could put some brown in the background to deepen it up. You can add little, oh, let me show you something else. If you want to do like little seeds, like little white highlight to my paint, take your handle of your brush and you put little white dots on there or yellow dots. So dip the paint, dip your handle in the paint and you put little white dots. You guys do not make me cry right now. Thank you, Suzanne. That was beautiful. Okay. Will you need the kit? Well, so you guys, I think that's amazing that they were passing out the kits. So will you need the kit is your question to me. I guess it just depends on the supplies that you have available to you. I mean, I think that's awesome that they provided you guys kits. And if you're not part of the Crown Apartments sponsored this night. So it cost $100 to have a private Zoom party. And the Crown Apartments contacted me and said, we really want to do this for our residents, but we want to make it public and free. So they're doing it. So Susan, thank you so much. What's green? My sister's creating banners. So green. If you guys want to add green, go ahead and add green. I guess that's what she's saying. So some people don't have green paint. I don't know if you guys have green. Is that what you're asking me about? Green paint. So if you want to use green paint and you have green paint, go ahead. If you don't have green and you want to make green paint, you can use blue and yellow. So again, I don't know if you have those colors. I did not use those, but if you want to add green, you could add green, you could add blue, you could add purple. That's up to you guys. So I use brown, black, white, red, yellow, and I made a lot of orange, right? So those were the colors that I used. Again, white, black, always got to have white and black. White and black, and you should always have more white. A lot of the kids actually ran out of white today, and I'm like, you guys got to always keep extra white. And even if you have to use house paint, you can use house paint. But it's white, black, brown, orange, which we made with red and yellow, red and yellow. And if you want to do green, if you want to put green leaves on there, so I want you to think outside the box. You can add green swirls, you can add green leaves. Some of the, on that front painting, if it looks green, it's because I made that brown with more yellow than, and probably orange. And then when I added the red to it, it looks a little purple. So you can see in some areas it looks greenish, some areas it looks purplish. It's really when I mix the black together with the red, or I mix the black together with the orange, and I get those different colors. Painting this one, I wanted to make this one bolder, so it showed up more on the screen. So I love your kind, beautiful words, and I truly appreciate them. And that's why I've done this, you guys, because I really, really believe that art is very therapeutic and healing. And if you can just let go of wanting to be perfect and not being hard on yourself and thinking you're not good in art. Like I've heard so many people say that they were told by their teacher that they weren't good in art or they shouldn't be an artist. And let all that go. Just let it go. That, I just really believe that's artist at heart. I just really believe, again, not that we're all going to be in the art museum, but you're capable of doing something. And I just think it's a great way to express yourself and relieve stress and take your mind off of everything for a minute or two. And again, if you want to add green, go ahead and add green. You guys don't need my permission. But if you want to add green, you can mix yellow together with blue if you have it. I did not use any green in this, but if you want to, go ahead. If you guys want to make this part of a collage, tomorrow I'm doing the collages with kids, but you could use cut paper as well. If you have scrap paper, colored paper, you can cut stuff out and glue it onto your artwork. So if you have old beads, old necklaces, anything, you could dry out leaves, put them, so you take a paper towel and you take leaves from outside and you press them in a book and let them dry out and then glue them on here. You could add real stuff as well. So again, I want you guys to think outside the box. If you want to come on the screen and share your artwork, I would love it. So what happens is my sister Darcy will put up the link from StreamYard. It has a little mallard duck on it, and she's going to put it in the comments. If you want to come on the screen, you click that. It brings you behind the scenes into the waiting room. Okay, so you don't go on automatically. And then Darcy will bring you up on the screen with me, and you can share. So I'm going to have a split screen for a minute so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, Darcy, whenever you're ready. Hey, Benjamin.
This is mine.
That looks great.
Thank you. Here's my mom's.
Oh, you guys did it together. That's awesome.
And my dad was watching.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks, you guys, for joining us.
Thank you. Have a nice night.
You too. Bye.
Good night. Night.
Hi, Brooklyn.
Oh, hi.
I did something different about mine. I used pencils, paint, and paint marker. And this is mine. And then this is my mom's.
Nice. See how different they are, right? There's no right or wrong.
Thank you so much for doing this.
You're welcome. Thanks for doing it with me.
Bye.
Bye. Let's see if my sister could do it. Oh, good. Hi, Alexa.
This is mine.
What kind of paint did you use?
Acrylic.
We used acrylic paint.
Alexa, I haven't seen you in a while. How's summer?
It's good.
Good. I miss you.
I do too.
All right. I'm glad you're having a good summer.
You too.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, Weldon.
Okay, and this is mine. You can see the sunflowers.
Oh, yeah. Now that's what I call a mixed media collage. You got beads, you got a flag, you got sunflowers. That's super cool. I haven't seen you in a while either. I'm glad you joined us tonight. It looks like you're writing a story.
Oh, I just forgot.
Oh,
It's
love it. Love it.
Zombie Lego set.
That's awesome. Thanks, Calvin. Hey, Reagan. See, Reagan doesn't know she's on the screen. So you guys, just so you know, it's on a slight delay, so it doesn't always sync up. Hey, Reagan.
Hi. Hi. This is mine, and I'm outlining it.
Take your time. It looks awesome. That looks great, Reagan. I like the light blue.
I am on the screen.
You are on the screen. Yeah. It's delayed. It's delayed. Hey, Mackenzie.
Hi,
You are on the screen. Yeah.
I'm with Crown of the Summit, and I thought this was
delayed. It's delayed.
super fun.
Oh, good. I'm glad. So you guys, so you could tell all the kids that come on all the time. If you guys, when you come on, if you lower your volume on Facebook, you won't hear no echo.
And
You hear it? Lower your volume. That was awesome. Oh, good. I'm glad. You did great. So
thank
you could tell all the kids that come on.
Laura?
If you haven't done this before, lower your volume on Facebook. Don't mute yourself because then we won't hear you. That looks so cool. Samantha Wilkinson, that is beautiful. Lower your volume a little bit on Facebook. Oh, look at how pretty. That looks awesome. See, there's green. You guys were asking about green. That looks really cool.
Yeah, we're at the Crown. They gave us green paint, so I think that's why everyone was wondering.
Oh, that looks really, you guys did really great. Okay, what Crown are you located at? Which one?
Fort Collins, Colorado.
Oh, very cool. How's Colorado?
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
That's awesome. I hope you guys are having a good summer.
Yes, thank you so much for this. This was awesome.
Thank you for doing it with us.
Absolutely. Have a good day.
Thank you for arranging this. This was awesome. Thank you, Crown Apartments. Hey, Inga.
Hi.
Oh, that looks pretty.
Thank you.
I like it. Thanks for doing it with us.
Thank you.
See, isn't that cool? All right, so this is why I like StreamYard. Now you guys get the idea. Hi, girl.
This is mine,
Okay, that's fancy.
and I have a ladybug on there.
Oh, ladybug. That's so cute.
And this is mine.
Very fun. Oh my gosh, that's very cool. I like that blue background.
Thank you.
You guys aren't used to seeing me so late, huh?
We're not used to
I'll see you guys tomorrow. Go to bed soon. Hi, Alma.
Hi.
Ooh, that looks I'll see you guys tomorrow. Go to bed soon.
Now see how cool that is? You can turn it any direction and it works, right?
Yeah.
You can turn it all different directions and it works in any direction. Awesome.
Thank you.
Hi, Viviana.
Hi. Show her what you got.
Look at those colors. That is so cool. And I love that purple on there. You know what that says to me? Summer. Summertime, summertime, summertime. Oh, that's pretty too.
Get on here and answer. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for doing it with me.
Hi. My Wi-Fi
Hi,
is
Ray.
bad. This is mine.
Oh, that looks nice.
Thank you.
You did a good job. Thanks for doing it. It's up. You're up late tonight, right?
A bit. I think I turned
Hi,
it
Lynn.
down. Oh, you're Lynn.
Hi.
Say this is mine.
This is mine.
That looks really. Oh, I like how you did it. You went from like red to orange to yellow to yellow orange. That looks really cool.
Yeah, and then this is my grandma's.
Oh, Grandma, that is the cool center. Look at those lines and those petals. That is what I'm talking about. Van Gogh over there. That looks really good. I love that you guys are creating together. Was it fun?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad because that's really what it's about. And then you can sell it tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. That's awesome, you guys. That's what it's about. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about forget about being perfect. Forget it. Just push it aside. Okay, I got black paint all over the place. Look, I'm surprised I don't have it on my face yet. But yes. Thank you, Crown Apartments, for hosting this. It was amazing. I love it. It was so much fun. I love seeing you guys. Don't worry about your Wi-Fi, okay? Who cares? Again, I just want you guys to understand the program. So we're on a slight delay. So sometimes you guys are hearing me after I'm saying it. And with everybody streaming today, the Wi-Fi can't always be the best. Everyone is online now, right? So don't worry about it. It doesn't mean you're going to quit or, you should be embarrassed. Forget about it. Hey, Brody Edwards. That looks amazing. Where are you from? Oh, he's muted. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Brody. I think your volume's off. Did you maybe mute it or something? No? We can't hear you. I know what you said. You said this is the most fun you've ever had in your entire life. I'll speak for you. You did a great job, Brody. A+. Thank you. So anyways, you guys know from the beginning, March 16th, oh my goodness, you guys, we had so many glitches. We didn't know what we were doing. The Wi-Fi was like crazy. People didn't know how to get into the live program, just like tonight. So it doesn't mean you quit. It just means you keep trying, right? So Mika Jefferson, who's trying to come on, it says that you have to connect your mic and camera before you can come on the camera. I mean, I can't bring you on because you're not connected. So you have to turn on your mic and camera. And then, and you're muted. You got to turn your sound on. See it? You have a little mute sign on your name. Can you unmute yourself? Hi, Mika Jefferson. There, now we should be able to hear you. Hi.
Can you hear me? I'll just show you my things.
Oh, that's beautiful. That looks really nice. And you know what? You dressed for the occasion. You match your painting. Did you know that? Did you mean to match your painting? Oh, look at that. I love those lines. That looks awesome. Look how neat they are. They put all newspaper down. You guys are so neat. Thank you. And I love that they wore orange. So again, another fun thing that the kids do all the time is they dress to match the whatever it is that we're creating. So you guys were really good sports tonight. And again, it's just about having fun and relaxing and just letting go of everything for a little bit, practicing mindfulness and chilling together, right? So we're together, but not. It's just a new world and we're just going with the flow. We're having fun, doing our own thing. But what's really amazing, this is my favorite part, is when you guys come up here and you show what you've created and how different everyone's is. So again, it's like the ABCs. Everyone's is the same. We did sunflowers, but they're all different, right? Because it has you. It has you in there. And just, you know what I would say? Either you sign the front or the back, but, you know, maybe give it a title. And don't sweat it, Mika. Who cares? We're happy you came on, right? We're happy you came on the screen because there's 100 of you that didn't. Chicken, walk, walk, walk. Just kidding. Whatever. It's, again, you guys only come on if you want to. So do not apologize by any means. Because again, we're all learning as we go. So many people tonight said that they had never done Facebook Live before. So what'd you do? You tried it, right? We're adventurous. We're exploring the world together, a whole new world. So here's what I want you guys to do. If you can do this for me, you can check in at Artist at Heart Paint Party. You can tag me at Artist at Heart Paint Party. You can put your photos in the comments. Thank you. You could add it to this video at the end so that everyone that's doing the video can see it in the comments, but you can't do it. You can't add a photo until we're not live anymore. And then where else? Oh, you could tag me. You could tag me. You could check in. You can put it here. You can also like or follow. That's my website, artistatheart.org. And if you want to sign up for the email blast, I promise I'm not going to do more than one because I'm not good at it, but you're going to get a notification about the new website. It's going to be a subscription. It's going to offer a day, a month, or a year subscription. It's going to have close to 100 recorded videos on it. Plus, we're going to do this once a week. And again, if you can't make the live session, you can watch it recorded, but we love to have fun. And it's all new stuff. So some of these behind me on the wall, those are some of the ones we've already done. But we're going to have every week when I go live, it's going to be something new. So I'm so glad you guys did it. And again, it's really fun to do this with your friends and your family. And if you're by yourself, it's like, you know, you don't feel so lonely. And it's just another outlet to be creative and be kind and pay it forward. So I say, if you want to make your artwork for somebody, give it to somebody and do it again and do it again and do it again and do it again. And, you know, be silly. Put a sunflower in your hair. Okay. So you guys, thank you so much. And Crown Apartments, thank you so much for hosting this. Thank you all of you for joining on a Friday night or afternoon, depending on what time zone you're in. And you guys keep in touch. Send me pictures. It was so much fun. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.